Hi, Bule.
Hi, Maurice.
There's some statistics that you posted and I reposted about people who read, people who write, the difficult community to deal with.
Yes.
How did you come up with that statistics?
That statistics is based on our interaction with our clients within and outside Nairobi. And that is personal experience and Nuri experience as a whole. So most of the books that we stock are mainly from or written. If we are to divide it culturally, two communities who have started writing long time ago and reading long time ago. Those are the Luo Nation and the Kikuyu Nation. Those are the two communities who were writing. Is it by default? Is it by design? Most probably it's by design. Uh, them being closer to the power or then being in politics actively. Also, maybe airlift that was done by Tom Mboya might have also contributed. So they had, I think, a head start over the rest of the communities. That is one main factor. I don't know what's the other factor, but that's a key factor. There's also, I think, maybe the advice recommend each other maybe to write and read. So there are many factors. The other factor that made, I think, the Kikuyu community be ahead in terms of education is the missionaries, I think, spent a lot of time with the Kikuyu or the places where mainly are inhabited by the Kikuyu community or the people from Central. So there are many factors. Those are, I think, two factors. One is the missionaries. The first maybe touch point they had were the Central people. The second thing is also them in power, being in power. So proximity to power and also being in power. So those are two main factors that have given them to have an edge over the rest. So maybe coming across, material to write on, that also has given them an edge over the rest. Same with the Luo Nation. The Luo Nation, I don't know who else did it, but we have read a lot on what Tom Mboya did in airlifting, not only Luos, but other Kenyans from other communities. And that has exposed them to other communities, what they were doing. And it's easy sometimes to do and borrow from what you see than what you don't see or what you don't hear. So that kind of engagement they had with communities that were reading, communities that were writing, gave them an edge over the rest. So that is how, or we arrive at that. The other thing is the communities that read most also coincides with the people who write. So reading and writing go hand in hand. When it comes to buying, when it comes to buying, difficulty, the reason why I mentioned the Somali community, the reason why I mentioned the Indian community is because of our personal experience as a bookshop. So when we, I think, get either a call or an online order or a visitor from mainly those two communities, sometimes we get difficulties even recommending and even selling books to them. And they think that if a book is 1,000 shillings, they might even ask 50% of that price, which doesn't make sense because the margins on books are mainly slim and not that huge. So they might tell you that uniuzie kitabu 500 and the book is 500, and maybe the wholesale price of that book is maybe 700 or 800. So those are some of, I think, the thing. The other thing is also sometimes someone can order and then they might have difficulties in, in or explaining to the rider where they are. Sometimes they'll be cruel to the riders. Those when it comes to difficulties is when delivery, selling the books to them. Uh, Basically, they want to bargain heavily, which doesn't make sometimes. Over and above that is when it comes to readership, they're not big communities that read. So that's why you see the Luo nations are easy to work with, because when they want certain books, you will give them the list of the books. If we have them, we share with them. They'll tell you the total, send it to them, and then we deliver to them, or we'll send it to wherever they are. The other thing is we've also observed is